Gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. I'm AK, that is JBonez, special guest. We've been doing it all year. This is the NFL Pick'em Show, where we take the picks that CBS gives us in a Pick'em contest for each of the NFL games, and we pick them, and we try to outbid these CBS nerds who are currently operating at about 54%, and we're about 54%. So all those jabronis, we're getting paid a lot of money to sit around and talk about football. You could just listen to us instead. And if you're listening to this and you come across us on YouTube, you can keep yelling at us in the comments because I can't keep up with all the comments. So we're just making more videos. So to apologize for the comments. Actually, we won't apologize for the BYU support. Absolutely not. So, but anyways, JBonez is here. Podcast Smitty is here. If you're listening to the podcast, we do film in front of a live virtual audience. We've got football to talk about. We are currently watching the end of the Virginia Duke ACC Championship. Everybody thought Virginia was dead. They're back. Undertaker meme multiple times. Love using that GIF. Podcast miniseries says, Cincinnati, what's good, fellas? What a game. Indiana's defense is for real. Those are the two best teams in the country, and it's not even close, in my opinion. So hopefully we get them on either side of the bracket, and then we get the rematch, rubber match, which is probably what we all want, which is what I want. So, but JBonez is here. We went 8-8 last week.
Well, there's no chance one of them's number 4.
I mean, it can't be. So absolutely. Oh man, we got a fourth down here. Duke, Virginia. Here we go. 8-8 in week 13. We're a total of 99 and 89 overall. We've got San Francisco, New England, the Panthers, and the Giants. They're all on buys. We got 8 games in the 1 o'clock slot. We got 3 games in the 4 o'clock slot. 2 of them you don't even really need to watch. But I'd like to congratulate us on our 100th win. Because with the win Thursday, as we will go over here momentarily, 100 wins. People said we couldn't do it. Oh, touchdown, dude. Wow, what a game.
Never a doubt.
Never
a doubt.
I mean,
I said blowout.
Talking about.
We got blowout.
Yep. So, DeSanta's here from YouTube. How we doing, DeSanta? We're about to start. You know what we do with this show? It's the greatest 11 o'clock, after 11 o'clock football show on the country, or in the country probably. Kevin's popping in here. We are going to review what we did last week. That's typically what we do. We go over, we get to the tape, we look at what we did, and then we try to correct our mistakes. So last week, 8-8, wash week. However, we started off on Thanksgiving. Everybody on the Lions, they can't lose. Oh, no, Packers are coming in there. Packers come in there and just kick their teeth in for 3 hours. Game starts at 1. It's complete dominance, right? Anytime you want to pop in, you want to add in something, you let me know. Well, I'm just going to run through these. We said, hey, the Chiefs, they're on the Chiefs are on the can't trust list, correct?
No, Jim.
Oh, don't you do it.
They're technically written down. What?
He says he will like if we say
Here's
6-7. That one?
6-7.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing with the Chiefs. The minute we stop believing in them,
you're exactly right.
The minute we stop believing with them, they're going to blow out the team they play. Is that Monday night or Sunday night?
Sunday night.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Stay tuned. So we took the Chiefs because we're like, oh, the Cowboys actually, you were a week ahead. You nailed it this week. Then we took the Bengals on Thanksgiving night. Well,
plus what I tell you on that video on your social media on Thursday, the NFL needed to prop up the Cowboys, right? They had a Thanksgiving game to sell. They had a Thursday night game to sell. They have Hard Knocks in season to sell. So you saw what happens when the Cowboys lose their kryptonite and don't get the pass interference calls. Blowout.
What the hell just happened in this Virginia game? Did you see that?
Not watching because you're always ahead of me, and I feel like
that's why I didn't say anything. Virginia in overtime, their first play, they try a pass, it gets picked off.
Is that it?
Yes.
Who wins?
I think the game's over. I think Duke won. What are you doing? Sweet Moses. Thank you, Kevin.
All right.
Thanks for
JMU,
joining.
come on down.
Salmon. Duke, are you kidding me? Everybody's good. Look at it. Put the Undertaker back in the casket. It's over. Unless he didn't catch it.
Basketball school? Football school.
Duke? Holy cow. We got Indiana winning conference championships. We got Duke winning football championships. We got, who's the other one? Texas Tech. Come on.
Not your mother's college football.
No. What an insane day of football. I love this. Wow.
So did they knock out Miami?
I don't know. This is going to be pandemonium tomorrow at noon. The NFL prime. That's why you're listening tonight, folks, or today. Listen to this show because NFL. You're not going to watch the NFL preview shows tomorrow when the college football playoff drops. You're not doing that. Then on Friday, we took the Eagles. And
dude, Oklahoma's the weirdest, hosting a playoff game team in the everyone's listing teams. I'm like, you guys aren't getting to 12. You're not getting. Oklahoma's just sitting there. No one talks about them.
I literally have been all over social media yelling about Oklahoma for the last week. I'm like, are we not going to talk about Oklahoma at 8? They're 6th in the SEC. They're behind Texas in the SEC. It makes their offense is awful. You can't watch their offense. So last Friday,
what do you think of this?
Go ahead.
You get 1 point for a win. And like hockey, you get half a point if you lose a non-conference game to a team with double-digit wins. So the Texases of the world would get a half a point. Notre Dame would get half a point.
And you get rewarded for scheduling out of conference.
Alabama would have got half a point.
There you go.
It's kind of like it still counts, but you get a little bit of because they're going to stop scheduling these games.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they were looking for an excuse to do it. So now they're doing it, which, I mean, what they're going to end up doing, which they won't do, is get rid of the conference title games because it only hurts. Like, you can say whatever you want. It's not going to influence our decision. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Well, Ohio State, Indiana, no one lost from the committee perspective.
No.
Because no one's fallen below 3. So you're 1 and 2. You wear a different color jersey in the semifinal.
Yep.
But Alabama, BYU, you stink. You've shown your hand. You are not a championship team. Texas,
I think BYU,
Notre Dame lost their first 2 games of the year. Conceivably, they get better. That's kind of what they always said is like you show growth and get better. The same reason Jordan Travis, Florida State got knocked out because they got worse in theory. You're allowed to get better and be a champion at the end. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Rav B needs some help.
Oh God.
He says full PPR needs some QB. May is on a bye. No one good left on the waivers. Who to pick up? McCarthy, Tua, Darnold, Tyrod.
No,
I don't know unless it's raining. I don't know what the weather is. We'll get there in a little bit, but
rain game. Don't want it.
Don't want it. Sam Darnold it is.
Falcons play a ton of cover 1. JSN's going to eat. He hasn't last week. Revenge game. Darnold back.
Darnold. Tua 0-8 in games below 40.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff for you, Rob. You just hang on, buddy. Okay, so we took the Eagles last week. And I'm mad at you because now we have to listen to Caleb Williams hype when Caleb Williams is easily the worst person on their team.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about that too.
Okay. All right, good.
Tomorrow.
Then we took the Panthers plus 10.5.
Smart. Be brave.
Beautiful. We went against we were on the same page though. We were on the same page.
No regrets there.
No regrets. No regrets with taking the Browns against the Niners. We just didn't know Brock Purdy was going to be dialed in and an absolute freak.
Well, here's the problem.
Nope, that's what I said, Brock Purdy.
The spread is like Browns versus 49ers, but Browns beat the Browns and there's no spread for that. So I take the Browns every day of the week at home.
Yes.
Talk about that too later.
Their special team sucks. We'll talk about
that.
How
about it?
Absolutely, Rav B. There you go. Francisco Mendoza is here. Hey, speaking of Heisman,
Mendoza?
6-7, Gracie says. We took Colts -4.5. Turns out Daniel Jones on one leg is not really that good against the Houston Texans defense. That is really good. So we also took the Dolphins. That was my fault. I stood on the table and pounded the table. I pounded the table for the Dolphins, and that actually they were up 21-0, and then they gave up like 17 straight points. So that was my fault.
Yeah.
We took the Jets to beat the Falcons or to cover against Falcons. Nailed it. Go us. We took the Bucks. They cover against the Cardinals. The Titans, of course, the one time they don't cover against the Jags, who can't trust because we have no idea that they're on the can't trust list. Jags shut out or basically stifled the Titans. We tried to get the Vikings stink, the Brosmer hype game. We were bought in. We were ready to go. The Seahawks didn't play that great. Neither did Sam Darnold. But that interception Brosmer threw was
not great.
We had Chargers 9.5 over the Raiders. Nailed that one. We got hot here. We took the Bills -3.5 against Steelers. You nailed that one. We went nuts to Bolt and said, give us the Commanders. Give us both the dogs in the primetime game. However,
Broncos on the can't trust list.
Yep. Giants +7.5, maybe a little over our skis there, but we were riding the hot hands. So, and the
let's run this down real quick.
Let's do it. Can't trust list.
Chiefs, Falcons, Broncos, Eagles, Saints, Jaguars. Any to add or delete?
All right, say it again. Me.
Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
Falcons.
Uh-huh.
Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles. That may have been a bit harsh.
And
they could be the first out if we do.
Yeah.
Saints. I mean, they came back, but you can't trust them. And then the Jags.
I might put the Dolphins
Jags might
on
be
there.
frisky.
Yeah, Dolphins might consider the Dolphins on the don't trust list,
right,
but
I'll
we'll
put
see.
Them on there.
We'll see. So that was an 8-8 week, kind of a wash, but still not a losing week. I mean, look, pat us on the back, whatever you want to do, pat ourselves on the back. We've only had 2 of those the entire year. So that's pretty damn good.
What week are we up to? 14?
14.
So we're 11-2. We control our own destiny. We could be hosting a playoff game.
I was getting ready to say, going for the 1 seed. Give us these CBS nerds. So let's get into week 14. Let's switch it up here. Oh, would you look at that, JBonez, that you text me roar and then a nice big video that said take the Lions. Would you care to tell the people why you should take the Lions?
Well, listen, the Lions need to get back right. It was a situation where can you trust Dan Campbell to call plays? I don't know. He finally figured out that you don't always have to go for it on 4th down, and they took the points, and it paid off and set a tone, and they were able to expand that lead. I said the Cowboys were really fraudulent. They had 4 games where the opponent had over 100 penalty yards. No other team has more than 1 in the league. So, in my opinion, I think they were propping them up a little bit to make things interesting. I think as they hit the road, we had a situation where 80-90% of the world was on the Cowboys. And when you see that, you get your sword out, you fight. Yeah. All the armies coming at you. And that was a little bit scary. But Amon-Ra St. Brown showed up. He was ready to play. And I, in my take, I did say Jahmyr Gibbs, the recipe was simple. Get over 4 yards of carry. Lions win. Direct correlation. And while he did not, Montgomery 8, Amon-Ra St. Brown was there opening things up. Jameson Williams. I mean, it was a perfect compliment. I think they got their groove back. I don't know if do any damage in the playoffs, but good win. The world saw what the city of Pittsburgh seen with George Pickens.
Yep. He just quit on the entire game.
Yeah.
Which is weird because CeeDee Lamb went out.
Yeah, he quit too. He did the
2 of fingers.
What's it called? Like posing?
Fencing, posturing, whatever you want to call it.
Not good. Not good, Bob.
Not good. And then RIP to Deron Bland's ankles on the sidelines over there.
Ugh.
I can't tell you how many times I tweeted the Aaron Rodgers crawling on his hands and knees gif whenever I saw Deron Bland go down. So that was 1-0. That was our 100th win. Shout out triple digits, baby.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. Also, shout out Brandon Aubrey for just being ridiculous. So.
Oh yeah, I mean they doubled him up if they have a normal kicker.
What a kicker battle that was. He says Love is also available, or still take Darnold.
Ooh.
I'm usually
one's
a Love.
Indoors. One's not.
That's a tough one. Rob B coming in with the fantasy football questions.
Clear conditions in Green Bay.
I would take.
Here.
I think the upside is going to be higher with Love. The Falcons' pass defense is pretty good.
How about you stick around? We're going to talk about both the games.
Yes.
Some opinions, and whatever opinion you like more, pick your guy.
There you go. Kevin's back.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. There you go. First game up. Well, look at that. Seahawks in Atlanta. What did I write down for this one? In all caps, elimination game for the Falcons. They lose this game, season's over. A lot of pressure. So basically playoff game for the Falcons. Seattle likes to funnel the passes to the tight ends and the running backs. Atlanta is the 8th in pass yards allowed on defense. They also like to blitz. I think they blitz at almost the second highest rate, or at least they did last week. And Sam Darnold, when he gets pressured, we've seen what Sam Darnold does when he gets pressured. He fumbles. He trips over his own feet. He throws picks. That might answer your question, Rob B. That's what I have written down. JBonez. So, I can't trust Falcons to do anything. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to kill them. But do they cover the 9.5 or the 7.5 that is staring in our face? Seahawks minus 7.5, Falcons plus 7.5. Go.
Well, I mean, we had flashbacks to when Sam Darnold was a Jet. He's been seeing ghosts despite a 26-0 victory. You look at JSN, who was probably the best receiver in football for a real long time. He went from averaging 7 catches on 10 targets and 130 yards, almost a touchdown per game since October 5th, to last week just having 2 catches on 4 targets. And it seems like the passing offense just comes to a halt when JSN's not clicking. So you go back a month ago, Sam Darnold, he's having games where he's completing 80, 90% of his passes, throwing 4 touchdowns. And then the Rams come in, pick him off 4 times. I think kind of shook him up a little bit. We saw it extend to the Titans game, gave him a little bit of fits. The Vikings certainly wasn't great. The Falcons do blitz at a top 3 rate. So just like the Vikings, they come after with the blitz. However, the Falcons play single high safety, 64% of defensive snaps, which is the second highest rate in the league. Much different than what we saw the Vikings doing with a 2 high shell, kind of keeping everything in front of them and compressing those zones down. So 60% of Darnold's drop back last week. Vikings were playing that cover 2. Vikings were the 3rd highest in the league. Falcons' highest blitz rate. Vikings sent it 60%, but the Falcons with that blitz rate is only 47. So it's going to be even less blitz than we saw last week. Different shell. I think it's going to open back up for JSN. He's going to get going. Passing offense gets going. And the final nugget, Sam Darnold, 10-0 straight up when he's a 6 or more point favorite, 8-2 against the spread. Be brave, indoors, Seahawks. Sorry, Falcons were eliminated a long time ago.
Well, true, but they still are alive. Playoff game in Atlanta.
No Undertaker memes coming out of Atlanta's social media team tomorrow.
What are the ticket prices? $38. You can go to a Falcons game, playoff game, really.
Check it off the list. The Chick-fil-A is not open, so
you can.
Go
Monday
or
Thursday
Thursday night game for that.
Go there, $38. Spend probably $20 at concessions. You could have a time of your life. Falcons stink. Also, you probably bet you're over in receptions for Bijan, maybe even Kyle Pitts. Because
definitely JSN. JSN's gonna get some balls.
Okay.
You know, Jeremiah Smith is making more money this season than JSN.
I mean, the NIL stuff is changing college football, dude. Like it is changing. Oh my gosh. McAfee is dropping his diss track about the Millie Go sign. Will there be a response from a form of song? I want Pat McAfee to know that we wrote a song way before Pat McAfee even thought about writing a song 2 years ago. We wrote football in the key of Bowser from the Mario Brothers movie. We wrote a 2-minute song. So once again, we have it. It's
scheduled to studios time.
You want to play it right now? We have it right here.
Well, yeah.
I'll play you little. Actually, you know what? I'll play you a little tidbit. Here you go.
Football,
This one.
you're so cool.
And on our show, you're gonna rule.
Football,
We love you. Wow.
You didn't have a music video. I think that's where you.
Yeah, well, actually, I
Didn't get
think
off
we
the
ended up
ground.
doing. We did have a music video, but I forget where it's at. We wrote the whole. We did a
MySpace.
whole.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Get it over.
We'll send it to. We'll figure it out. But I'm not worried about McAfee. He copies everything that everybody else does and then just yells at the loudest. That's what he does. Speaking of
Who's
yelling,
that coming down the tracks?
oh my gosh, dude.
That's why they did game day there, so he could sing his little ditty.
Oh yeah. I mean, what? Him and all of his little lackeys go, what? I'm like, that was Stone Cold, dude. That wasn't you. You didn't come up with that. Be original, man. Then he's tried to take over the guys taking their shirts off from Oklahoma State. He was trying to take credit for that. Goodness. Anyways, way to go, BMO. Got me off on a tangent.
BMO.
Next 1 o'clock game, CBS, the AFC North, baby. Here we go. The reeling Pittsburgh Steelers, 5.5-point underdogs in Baltimore to take on the non-passing touchdown throwing Lamar Jackson, who is quote unquote hurt and missing practice here and there, whatever. Baltimore is 29th in running offensive plays and 27th in offensive plays allowed. Ray Lewis is going to be the legend of the game. Does that do anything for us? Yeah.
So
Also,
someone
Big
might die
Ben.
in this game.
Yep. Big Ben said that Tomlin should be fired.
No, he should said Tomlin should go to Penn State.
Ah, there you go. Mutually.
I am not answering that question.
That's right. Yeah. So
this game used to mean something.
It did.
You used to have a rule. You just take the underdog. Underdogs are 24-7-3 in the Tomlin Harbaugh era. I don't know. Lamar didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday. He's coming off that Thanksgiving day, so he's got like an extra couple of days of rest, but he's still like not practicing. I don't think he's fully healthy. I think it's it's causing him not to run, right? So I don't know if it's a knee, a hamstring, a toe, it's something.
But wait, isn't he the greatest passer we've ever seen?
Well, listen, you go out and throw the pigskin like Uncle Rico. You got to use your legs if you're doing it right. And if he's got a leg injury, I think it's affecting his ability to throw. Week 13, 25% inaccurate throw rate, worse than the league. Go back. Week 12, 22% inaccurate throw rate, worse than the league. Week 11, 28%, second worst. I think defenses are sensing this, and they can kind of sit on where they need to go. The Bengals, they ranked 29th in pressure rate, but they kind of turned it up, and they pressured Lamar 45% of dropbacks last week. So when he's no threat of running, he's just kind of sitting there, sitting duck. Why not get after him? When he does run, per Andrew Siciliano, hasn't forced a single missed tackle in any of his 20 design runs this year. In his 7-year career, he led the league, all quarterbacks, with 104 missed tackles. So in come the Steelers, who just lost a game where they let the Bills run the same single run play 29 times. I think, if nothing else, Derrick Henry's fresh, right? I think he didn't touch the ball in the second quarter last week, only had 10 total carries, extra rest. You go back to last year, they played 3 times because they also met in the playoffs. The wild card round, Derrick Henry 26 carries, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 28-14 win. Week 16, 24 carries, 162 yards, no touchdowns, but they did win again by 17. And then the Pittsburgh game in week 12, the Ravens lost. However, Derrick Henry did have 5 yards per carry. So in 3 games, he's averaging 6.5 yards per carry against the Steelers. I think if anything else, you'd take Derrick Henry to get some yards and touchdowns. But we've got a dozen years of experience, and you probably should just take the dog and not feel good about it.
The Steelers prior to last year had won like, I don't even know how Lamar usually sucks against the Steelers traditionally.
Yeah.
I think they had won like 4 or 5 or 6 or somewhere between 4 and 7 games in a row against the Ravens or something. I don't know. It was crazy.
So if Tomlin had his number when he was prime Lamar, achy breaky Lamar, he should probably have something to figure out. And it was bad last week. I mean, it was close to his halftime. Ideally, Aaron Rodgers is rest a little bit better. He could only hand off in one direction, couldn't go under center. He did have a birthday this week. The team got together, brought him a cake. They watched some film together. No sign of his alleged wife. I don't know where she's at. She was not at the film study or his birthday party. So if I'm watching draft day, it's a big deal. Aaron Rodgers can get away with it.
What are we doing?
The Steelers and the points.
Okay, Steelers. AFC North football. Okay.
Win.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, no. This is
the line matters. This could be one of them, and just take the points.
The matchup that we've all been waiting for: the Tennessee Titans, 1-11, on the road at the Cleveland Browns, 3-9. Cleveland Browns favored by 3.5 at home. People forget the video in the offseason. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders saying, "Oh, you don't do what was he saying? You don't rap or anything." He's, "No, I'm a football player." So everybody's like, "Oh gosh, Cam Ward's focused on football. Shedeur Sanders not. This and that." This is
Cam Ward has a documentary on Tubi. In case you didn't know, they told me 100 times watching the Big Ten Championship about it.
I did. Yep. I did. You know what? I think I did see that. Also, you can go to this game for $3.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's the matchup I'm looking for. I wrote this down in big, bold letters in my notes. Cleveland special teams versus I think his name's Kimmery DK. The punt returner for the Tennessee Titans. It has the most all-purpose yards in the NFL total. Return yards, receiving yards, rushing yards. Crazy. How about that?
Let's just take a peek and see what kind of odds he has to score a touchdown.
Cleveland special teams killed them last week against the 49ers. They caught a kickoff and ran out of bounds. They dropped a punt. They let up a huge kickoff return. Cleveland Browns defense or special teams is known to get gashed. And
plus 500.
Plus 100.
500.
Plus 500 for him to score a touchdown?
Yes.
Oh,
you're not the only person to have this thought.
So, DK elite. That's all I have. I think this is a simple take the Browns in the 3.5 because Cam Ward has not seen a defense like this.
Well, we've got like systems coming into each other. This is like a weather map here. You've got like pressure from the up, north, south coming together, thunderstorm. We did trust the Titans for a long time. Maybe started to trust them a little bit last week. I don't know. But we said Browns at home, get them. They kind of handed the 49ers 3 touchdowns last week, right?
Yes.
Speaking of 3 touchdowns, that's the exact number of touchdowns the Titans had in all of November. 2 of them came when they were down by 3 touchdowns. So it's a snow game. I think that could negate the punt return touchdown aspect potentially. Just give me the Browns. Myles Garrett gets closer to the record.
Yes. Love that. AFC South. 1 o'clock, CBS, 8-4 Colts, reeling. 1.5-point underdogs. No, favorites, sorry, on the road at the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do we write down for this one? Only 2 previous Jacksonville home regular season games in December and January where both teams had a win percentage greater than 67%. One time was in 2005. It was Indianapolis versus Jacksonville. The other time was in 2017. It was Seattle versus Jacksonville.
You should ask me guess. I would have guessed 17.
They what?
I would have guessed 2017. So Blake Bortles was going to take him to the Super Bowl and then
that's right.
Against the Patriots.
Right. Battle of the mid quarterbacks meme. Okay. Jacksonville defense allows 3.9 yards per carry. I think it's Jacksonville's deep run defense is really good.
Yeah,
Indianapolis is 0-9 in Jacksonville since 2014. Jags are 6-2 whenever Trevor Lawrence turns it over. Any of this info doing anything for? I have not tied any of this together. I just wrote down a bunch of random stats that I like looking up.
The Colts stink so much in Jacksonville. They even tried to send them to London a couple times and couldn't beat them there.
George
3-16 against the spread since 2025, regardless or 2015, regardless of where it is. Jaguars do have the uniform throwback of the week, but you're right. They do allow the fewest rushing yards. Plus, perfect storm here, guys. Grass, rain. Colts are going to have nightmares tonight. They will not sleep. They're in trouble. Mr. Icky Breaky Leg didn't look good last week when he was back on turf. We know they stink on grass. God help them in the rain. Give me the Jags. Outright.
Love it. George says good memory, by the way.
Yeah, like Sean McVay.
Sean McJay. Okay, the game everybody's been waiting for. 1 o'clock. The Washington Commanders on the road at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings, 0.5 point underdogs at home. Now, here's what I wrote down. Jaden Daniels is back, but on the other side, J.J. McCarthy is also back. Notice they didn't say 9. Minnesota is 15-13 all-time versus the Commanders. Washington's pass defense is 31st. Minnesota's is 5th. One of the worst offenses, Minnesota, versus one of the worst defenses, Washington. And we've got ourselves another elimination game for the Minnesota Vikings. Playoff game in Minnesota.
X's and O's. I mean, the Vikings got KOC and Robert Flores, so they should be able to design something. Commanders, I think, are getting a lot of love. They're at 80% of the public bets. We saw them on Sunday Football look competent, kind of. I don't know why you win the toss and kick. That was stupid.
That was dumb.
In overtime. A lot of people coming after J.J. McCarthy about how in his first however many starts, he's last in EPA, per 10, touchdowns, there's all these things. You accumulate all these stats that are, identify good quarterbacks, and he's second to last. And the guy that's worse than him, a guy by the name of Jared Goff. He figured it out. Why can't 9? I think we're going to have a situation. Let's go to Monday. Let's look at the headlines. Someone on ESPN is going to be yelling at a camera. Why was Jade Daniels out there?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
Too many people like the Commanders, and for that reason, I like the Vikings.
And I like all the memes of J.J. McCarthy that are just people. Actually, people are putting other memes on top of him. It's hilarious. Or they're taking their quarterback and using J.J. McCarthy as the meme. It's very strange.
Never has locker room praise ever come back to bite someone more than that guy.
Bad. Rob B, you're still here. Well, actually, if everybody's still here, we got the YouTube going fairly well right now. Sunday, 1 o'clock.
Check the comment section that you always forget to check.
It is.
Credit to me. Just, brought a whole new audience into this thing.
Oh, yeah. Wait, the Instagram?
I guess.
Yeah, that's the one I normally. I forget to look at that one, but because I can't show it on the screen. So it's not that I don't see. Well, it is because I don't see them because I have them open. I don't even know how. I need another screen is what I need.
Christmas is right on the corner.
There we go. I need a bigger computer then. Shout out to everybody and all the numbers we've been doing. That's been crazy. YouTube's going nuts right now. Sunday, 1 o'clock. Immovable object meets unstoppable force. Miami Dolphins still in the hunt, very much in the hunt graphic, 5-7, favored by 2.5 in New York, technically not New York, at New York, to play the Jets, who are 3-9. They've been eliminated. What do we have written down for this one? We have 82% of the money is on Miami for the money line, and 70% on Miami to cover. Tua, these are some fun stats right here. Love fun stats. Tua leads the league in interceptions. The New York Jets have 0 interceptions as a team. That's fun
Still?
fact. Yes. Looked it up last night. Miami is 1-3 on turf, and this is the worst turf in the league. Tua is 0-8 when it's below 40 degrees, and the Jets are 0-7 versus Tua.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. That's all I see. Oh, Tua can't play the cold. Tua can't play the cold. Tua can't play the cold. He's old, Ted, cold weather. All right, there's 3 games he's played in below 45 degrees with Mike McDaniel. One, that playoff game in Kansas City that put fans in the hospital was so cold. So let's just, okay, forgiven. That ain't what we're going to see in the Meadowlands tomorrow. And the other 2, a 27-degree day in Buffalo in 2022 and a 30-degree day in Green Bay.
I was at that game.
Just last season. I'm sure you were. The Dolphins lost both. That's the headline. But this is a team sport, people. Let's look at Tua. What did Tua do? Against the Bills, threw for 234 yards, 57 completion rate. Not great, but efficient yards per attempt. Against the Packers last year, 37-46, 80% completion rate, 365 yards. All that being said, Tua's thrown for 205 yards or less in perfectly fine weather in 9 of his last 12 games. So, like, Tua is what he is. He's only attempted more than 26 passes one time in his last 6 starts, and the Dolphins have finally started to lean into the run game, running at the second highest level behind the Seahawks. Jets do not defend the screen well at all. This is a Mr. Achan receptions, pass yards game. Maybe Waller gets back. That was our guy last week, was Waller.
Yes.
Side note, sent you the video. Jets have a silly uniform blackout thing. They painted the field.
Saw that.
Conspiracy theory.
I saw a
A
hype
little
video of
retcon.
painting the feeling. What? Go ahead. Sorry.
So when Taylor Swift went to the Jets game 2 years ago, everyone said that she only went there so that when you search Taylor Swift Jets, you don't see your private jet action. You see Taylor Swift at a Jets game. So is this field a little bit of a now you search Jets field and you don't get the quarterback that stunk for the first half of the year? It's not up there with Walt Disney and Frozen getting rid of all the cryogenic things, but comfortable third potentially behind those two. I don't know. Something to consider. Dolphins own the Jets 13-3 since 2017. So for that reason, I like the Dolphins.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, and I'm actually going to post that video tomorrow. So for those of you listening, check the socials because that video will be out tomorrow of the Jets and Taylor Swift. Very funny. Dolphins still very much in the hunt. They can't win the AFC East, but they can make the playoffs still.
Imagine that. Meanwhile, in the NFC, a 9-win team is sneaking in.
Yeah. The AFC's terrible this year. Okay. 1 o'clock. NFC South. A lot of divisional games this weekend. A lot of divisional games. The New Orleans Saints, 2-10, 8.5-point road dogs at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, 7-5. Used to have a stranglehold on the division. They do not. Carolina Panthers and Meow Mix right there in the rear view. Chris Olave is going to play. We don't know about Kamara. I haven't seen anything about that. We will say this. Tampa Bay, 29th ranked pass defense. This is a potential spoiler game for New Orleans. They tend to kind of do that. They did it to the Panthers on the road. Remember that? A couple weeks ago, they beat them 17-10 in Charlotte. Bucky Irving is back. Tampa Bay, they ramped him up a little bit last week. Tampa Bay's lost 3 of their last 4. They got back on track by beating, I forget who it was last week. Can't remember.
Cardinals,
that's right. There you go. Barely beat them. So do we trust the Buccaneers to beat the Saints by more than a touchdown? That is the question.
Well, I outlined it before. The Bucs, you can set your watch by it. They go through a period in November where they stink. Just who they are in the Baker Mayfield era. Division game, they know each other. It's a rain game. Feels like a little Baker sneaking out of the pocket, get some running yards situation for him. Bucky back, grind it out. I think you'd be brave. Take the Bucs minus 8.5.
I think so. Like I said, the Saints will play spoiler every now and then. It's hard to predict when it will be.
Yeah, when the conditions are right. I don't think they're right today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Final 1 o'clock game. Get ready to see all the Joe Burrow clips of him throwing the ball in the snow, turning around slowly, looking at the camera, this and that.
Maybe we get a new one.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Redo it. I mean, be original, Joe. Don't be Pat McAfee. The Bengals, not dead yet. Steelers and Ravens are playing each other, so one of them is going to have 7 losses. One of them is going to have 6 losses. So technically, they're only 2 games back from being in the division lead, which is hilarious. But the Bengals are 5.5-point underdogs at Buffalo, who are 8-4. Buffalo just absolutely throttled the Steelers. We wrote down for this game, Joey Bosa and Terrell Bernard out. That's a big deal for the Buffalo Bills because that's a pressure rate issue. Okay. Burrow is 2-0 versus McDermott. Lifetime. Buffalo averages 4.8 plays per game that gain 20 yards. Cincinnati allows 4.8 plays per game that give up 20 yards. Buffalo's allowed 11 touchdowns outside the red zone. That's second most. Two of the worst EPA rush defenses, 31st and 30th. Terrible. But the big news is Bosa being out affects the pressure rate. Buffalo is way worse when he is off the field as far as completion percentages for quarterbacks, so on and so forth. These two rush defenses suck. Are we going to get a Josh Allen versus Joe B game? Probably not. Probably more Joe Burrow, correct? What do you think?
Well, you said 2-0 for Joe Burrow. The Bengals are 4-1 in the McDermott era against the Bills. So the one injury you did miss, T. Higgins, is back. And your boy Joe Burrow is 8-0 in the last 12 months. So the guy knows how to win. You're right. So the Bills are coming off a hell of a just part of the schedule. Steelers, Texans, Bucks, Dolphins, Chiefs, they're all above average in blitz and pressure rate. Bengals, not so much. Lowest blitz rate in the NFL, 29th in pressure rate. So conceivably, Josh is going to have a little bit more time. Looks like Deion Dawkins was a full participant on Friday. Spencer Brown, limited, but questionable. And the big one, Dalton Kincaid. He practiced a little bit this week. It's questionable. We'll see if he gets out there. But this is the league's number one passing defense. A lot of things line up for the Bills to win. But I just feel like you take the points if you give them. You give me Joe Burrow plus 5.5. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
I think we have
Bills gonna blow out two teams in a row. Come on.
I don't the Bill like.
Put them on the list.
I don't know if I'm ready to put them on the list yet. Pending this result.
Yeah, but
I
then
agree.
we can trust them because we're saying like this is who they are.
The funny thing is, like, Joe Burrow was rusty in that first half against the Ravens when they couldn't figure out the red zone rhythm. They kept kicking field goals, and in the second half, he just
without T. Higgins.
Yeah, he was cooking in the second half. I think he had two touchdowns, maybe 3. I don't know. People
also Bills in the look ahead spot. They do have the biggest game of the year coming up in 7 days.
Pats?
Yeah. Give me the Bengals.
I do love
round. Find the cover.
They do. The Bengals have the Bills number, especially they're not afraid to play in Buffalo. They don't care. Okay. Moving
Are
to
the Bills afraid to play in Cincinnati? Damar Hamlin? What you think?
Gosh, I'm afraid to watch. I wouldn't watch that game. They should never schedule that game again. Whew. That was awful. 4:00 slate. AFC West. The Broncos, 10-2 at Las Vegas. The Raiders, 2-10. Awful, horrible football team to watch play football. And I've got wind from some fan accounts that potentially Kenny Pickett might start.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying that's some chatter on the internet. Also, what I saw, I think, from Adam Schefter is that Max Crosby is questionable because of a knee issue. The Las Vegas Raiders offense averages 15 points per game. The Denver defense allows 18 points per game. This is a number 1 seed game for the Denver Broncos. Do not forget that this game a couple weeks ago was a Thursday night football, absolute atrocious hate watch for everyone. That game stunk a couple weeks ago. So, and that was in Denver. So, this has a classic feel.
Well, you mentioned playoff seeding.
Yes.
So, if they both, Patriots and Broncos, end up with 2 losses, the Broncos have the tiebreaker because they're 6-0 in games against common opponents with the Patriots. Patriots lost week 1 to those Raiders. So that one stings. That is the Texas-Ohio State equivalent in the NFL.
What a hilarious stat for the Las Vegas Raiders to have, if they beat the Broncos, to have wins over the Patriots and the Broncos. That would be incredible. Like,
would the committee consider them?
Yes, right. Hey, quality wins, baby.
Best win, worst loss.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You also mentioned that Thursday night game 10-7.
Yes.
You look at the Broncos. That's just who they are. Win margins. 1, 3, 3, 3. There's a 20 in there, but that was the Cowboys. Forget about them.
Yep.
1, 2, 4. They just barely beat teams. That's why they're not on the do not trust list. You're going to be 7.5. I don't care who it is they're playing. divisional game. Throw the rule book out. Give me the 7.5. Broncos going by 2. Just keep getting closer and closer to the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, you don't get rewarded for anything in like style points in the NFL. It doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
I feel like you're going to you're going to be watching Bears Packers, and they're going to cut to the Broncos and Raiders and be like, Brock Bowers one-handed catch, then the Raiders take the lead with 3 minutes to go, and then we're going to have to listen to the Bo Nix fourth quarter stuff. I mean, they suck for the majority of the game until the fourth quarter. Let's be honest. The Broncos,
well, yeah, the Raiders also have just been feeding Brock Bowers for the last 2 weeks. It's like that's their identity now. Just Brock.
I still don't know his quarterback of the Raiders, but Brock, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett. Thank you, BMO. My apologies.
He did take the knee against the Chiefs in victory formation. People forget.
So he is 1-0 against Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowl.
He sure is.
Wow. All that talk about the GOAT. 425. This is the game you're going to be watching in the 425 slot, probably. Chicago Bears. Definitely. 9-3 at the Green Bay Packers, who just throttled the Lions on Thanksgiving, the extra rest for both of these teams. Packers are favored by 6.5. This is for the battle of the NFC North for the lead, and the loser of this game will then fall behind the 49ers in the playoff race. In your faces. What did we write down for this one? Roma Dunze not playing. He's out. Doesn't matter because Caleb Williams stinks and can't throw the football, and his completion percentage continues to go down because he's not that good. Even though everybody wants to give him credit because they'll be like, look at all the explosive plays. Great, dude. Your defense is plus 17 in the turnover margin. Okay? That's like 10 better than anybody else in the league. Okay? The Green Bay Packers are 1-3-1 when Jordan Love does throw an interception. Chicago, like I said, plus 17 in turnover differential, but Green Bay turnover differential or turnovers a league low only 7 for Green Bay. So this is a team that takes the ball away, team that doesn't give the ball away. Who do you trust? Chicago has the second best rushing offense. Green Bay has the 7th best rush defense. So you've got 2 juggernauts meeting there. If I'm the Packers, I say you are not going to run the football for 250 yards against us with your 2 running backs. We will put as many people in the box as we possibly can, and we're going to make you use that guy who's getting all the credit for the wins, Mr. Caleb Williams. Can you throw the football and complete passes? That's what I would do if I were the Packers. That's what I want to see. And for that reason, I would take the Packers.
My friend,
nope.
This is my favorite game of the week.
Okay. I don't like this.
Yeah, let me do a little history lesson for you.
Okay.
This is the NFL's oldest rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
They made sure to tell us this several years ago when the Patriots were coming off a Super Bowl win. And it's customary, you play on Thursday Night Football. No. Goodell put the Patriots on Sunday Night Football and let the Packers-Bears open the 100th season of the NFL because it's the oldest rivalry. Before Brett Favre, did you know the Bears were 23 games over 500 in the all-time series, including the playoffs? Since then, Mr. Favre, gunslinger, comes to town. The Packers have gone 51-16, counting the playoffs.
Holy cow.
Your boy Matt LaFleur in December does not lose. He's 20-4 straight up, 13-10 against the spread. Most exciting guy being back. Jaden Reed's making his debut tomorrow. Offensive coordinator said there is a entire chunk of the playbook that they can't leverage without the special skill set that Jaden Reed possesses.
He's
and
the
finally,
what do they call him? The Derry Debo or something? They say he's like a Debo Samuel type guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
So put him on he's getting the ball tomorrow. So here's the last little nugget. Let's go back. The Bears win the Ben Johnson raffle. He comes out, he does a little press conference, and out of nowhere, completely out of left field, Ben Johnson has a random shot about how he's so excited to beat Matt LaFleur twice a year. What? LaFleur shows up on Part of My Take shortly thereafter. He's like, I don't know what that was about. Like, we're not friends. It was like if I got hired and wanted to throw a jab at you, but no, it was very odd. LaFleur said himself, when he needs a little bit extra reason to get out of bed, he just thinks about that. So he's been percolating. He's been ready for this game for months. I think the Bears, big win last week, Black Friday, get a little big for their britches. This is a come back down to earth moment. Packers drop their nuts, show the world who they are. Back in first place. Go Pack Go.
I agree. I 100% agree. Well, I want to see the Packers not allow them to run the football and watch Caleb Williams try to orchestrate, because everybody is running to give him all the credit. Like, they shoved the microphones in his face. He's not a system quarterback. It's bumpy. Don't look at the numbers right now, guys. They're making it work. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. If any other quarterback had those numbers, you'd be like, this guy's a bum. He stinks. I mean, how can you look at 50% completion percentage and be like, that guy's who we need? Anyways, 425. Los Angeles Rams coming off a brutal loss at the Carolina Panthers. After Matt Stafford, Mr. Everybody's All-American, they call him. He throws 2 picks.
Interceptions.
Doesn't turn the ball
Billy
over
does.
well. Yes, he does. And when he does, they suck. The Rams are awful when he turns the football over. I don't know what the stats are.
As many teams are.
Yes. Can we trust JBonez on the Packers? He's an owner. Tom Brady situation. Valid point, Biba. He's an owner. Notes for this game. Kyler, done. Kyler's done. They said he's now, his foot's not healing like it should. Oh, I'm sure it's not. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's been awful and continues to be awful and doesn't watch film and is not a good teammate and doesn't really care to play football. Has nothing to do with that, but his foot's not healing right. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's out. How about this little nugget? Los Angeles Rams 14-3 versus Arizona in the McVay era. Quarterback rating. They what?
Can I do you one better than that?
Yes.
7-0 in December.
With an average quarterback rating greater than 101. Arizona's missing 9 of their starters. But Arizona at home is very frisky. Very frisky. So,
is it their home? Rams played a playoff game last year at home there. Maybe it's the Rams' home now.
Oh, that was a 49er. No, yeah. Was it the 49ers that did that?
Was San Francisco on fire last year?
One of them was. I don't know.
It was Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Maybe they'd be frisky if the Rams were just winners last week. The fact they got it upset by the Panthers. This is going to be angry. Angry win. Rams destroy them.
8.5.
Yeah.
You don't believe in Hall of Fame quarterback? You don't believe in Hall of Fame quarterback Jacoby Brissett, do you?
No, I told you what the magic is with these backup quarterbacks. You can get them usually the first week because then they, realize they have to run the ball. Teams that run the ball win. Well, the Rams run the ball, so they're probably going to win. But magic starts to wear off. There's too much film on them at this point. They don't have the number one option receiver.
No. 2 of their running backs are out too.
Yeah,
they're 2 top
9
receivers.
Starters.
They're the Rams. The Cardinals are in trouble. So, and then the Sunday night game. 8:20 NBC, the Houston Texans, 7-5, absolutely rolling Houston Texans. They're just crushing everybody. They're bullying everybody. At the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 6-6, coming off a loss against the Cowboys. Huge rest period. We don't know if Taylor Swift's going to be there. We don't care.
She's probably going to be there. She's
probably
now.
It's a
they
prime
don't
time
show
game.
her. Yeah. She didn't do the halftime show, so they stopped showing her.
True. Texans plus 3.5 on the road, underdogs. This is a fascinating matchup because what did I write down? What gives? Houston Texans defensive backs are going through some injury issues to 2 or 3 of those guys. Kamari Lassiter is going to play from what I read. The Chiefs starting, I think, 2 tackles. They're out. Kansas City passes on 66% of their plays. Both offenses are really, really fast. They run a lot of plays. They get about each 70 snaps per game for Houston and for Kansas City. This is going to be a cold game. Temperatures in the low 20s. Kansas City without their starting tackles, I think, is a big issue. But
Left
it's been
tackle Josh Simmons out. Jawan Taylor, right tackle, doubtful with triceps and knee. Guard Trey Smith, doubtful with an ankle.
not the team you would like to see coming into your building currently with those problems. The issue is Houston Texas defensive backfield vulnerable somewhat. So what gives? That's the question.
Is this a legacy game for Pat Mahomes?
Mm.
How often did Tom Brady have to be nervous about making the playoffs in December? I don't think ever. I think after his rookie season, it was pretty much by December his ticket was punched. What's funny, 2025 Patrick Mahomes, better in EPA, better in yards per attempt, interception rate, percentage 20% or 20 plus yard plays in either of his last two AFC championship seasons. And this is all being done against the number 6 most difficult pass schedule or pass defense. I think the issue I know the issue for the Chiefs this year has been getting like that stop, right? Like, hey, just stop the Bills, we get the ball back and go and score. Yeah, couldn't do it. Just stop the Broncos. Now, granted, there's some penalties probably happened to Broncos that got away with, but they just can't get the stop. They can't get the stop. Is the Texans offense good enough to allow that? I think this may be the flip of the switch. The fact that there's some secondary pieces out, the same way people think Tua cold bad. Maybe Rashee Rice Cole good. And then in terms of just ownership, the Chiefs just beat the Texans and beat them convincingly. Even when the Texans get the game to overtime, the Chiefs beat them by a touchdown. A lot of people out there go, oh, the hook. Give me the hook. You can't trust the Chiefs. You can't trust the Chiefs. This is the turning point that will be shown in the documentary at the end of the season when the Chiefs rally and go back to the Super Bowl, play the Eagles, and finish the story.
Oh, that was a great monologue.
Who do you trust in the AFC? Who? Drake May's good, but first-time quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls. So they'll get to the playoffs, get the experience. He's out.
Yeah.
Broncos?
No.
Come on.
No.
Texans? They don't have the offense. Colts? Jags? Oh, come on. Had it not been for a stupid pick six, the Chiefs would have beat the Jags. They did beat the Colts.
I mean, this is it. Like, if they lose this game, they're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
I have a the playoff percentage thing.
Oh yeah, the biggest one of the week is the Steelers Ravens.
Yeah, the big swing. I can't remember what that guy's name is, but he's a good Twitter follower.
I always go through and look at all my bookmarks for the week and put them in here, and I completely forgot about that step in the process. There's Tua, 0-8 in the cold. Great.
So, but I'm telling you, man, this is pretty much season on the line game for the Chiefs.
Oh, here's one for you. Bears, Packers. Did you see who the Packers were using to be Caleb Williams in practice?
Who?
Micah Parsons.
What?
Yeah, running around.
Gosh.
Ravens Steelers game on Sunday has the most playoff leverage of any game so far this season. The Ravens win, 70% chance of making the playoffs.
Yep.
Steelers would fall to 23%, but if the Steelers could win,
there you
Ravens go 70 or Steelers 75%.
This is from @MrCaseB, Sebastian on Twitter. So if the Chiefs win, 59% chance to make the playoffs, 15% if they lose this game. If the Texans win, it goes up to 87% if they win, 45% if they lose. So for the Texans, it's not really that big of a deal because they can still win the division. The Chiefs lose this game, you can pretty much kiss any type of divisional, chance. I mean, it's already probably gone anyways, but
you know who I trust? Andy Reid. He tells us he's going to try to tickle our tonsils.
He is going to tickle some tonsils.
Coach tells you got to tickle your tonsils. You trust him. Take him the points. New rule. Can't trust the Titans. Bears at home or Browns at home. Anyone that's going to tickle our tonsils, give me them.
I don't trust CJ Stroud. So
Yeah.
That defensive line is so nasty, though. Goodness gracious. But
that's like perfect. Mahomes he'll get out of the Andy Reid will design things to deal.
Oh,
with that.
It'll be the screen game.
Sitting duck.
It's going to be unbelievable. They'll have that. This is a perfect. Oh wow! Look how creative the Chiefs are. Game. You know what I mean?
And it's going to be cold. Houston team could fold.
True. Monday night, 8:15. Philadelphia Eagles coming off a terrible, terrible, terrible loss. 8-4 now. Niners have 9 wins. No big deal. 2.5-point favorites on the road for the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert in his one hand. Maybe he's got the little scary movie too. Take my strong hand. Him and Aaron Rodgers duking it out.
Yeah, how'd that go for Rodgers last week? Only playing shotgun and only handing off in one direction.
Yeah. Zoolander quarterback. Can't turn left.
Here's what trending because that's huge.
Philadelphia's 4-2 on the road. Herbert had hands.
Yeah, who'd they beat on the road? Anyone good?
Yeah. Pretty good teams.
The Chiefs, the Bucks, the Packers. No big deal.
That's a couple months ago. Overall, this is a 3-3 split between these two franchises since 2000. Every game has always been one score. Third different stadium that the Philadelphia Eagles have played in when they're playing the Chargers. This is the first matchup in primetime of the two teams. Also, the Eagles now have a rally bunny in their locker room. How do you feel about that as an Eagles fan?
Hey, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they
needed
the
dog mask.
The dog mask was big.
It was.
They really needed. I know a guy who knows a guy. All right, they're pissed. Number one, offensive coordinator's house got egged.
Yeah,
that really pissed the people off. There's like a separation thing, so they're gonna come out and play for him. Number two, it's not all just the offensive coordinator in the NFL. Like people have their jobs. Like he puts it all together and can make better decisions. The red zone offense is still elite. Scott Leffler was calling the red zone offense quarterback coach. Still elite red zone offense. All right. Number two, some of those turnovers, I mean, like the tush push thing, like they're doing different angles and realize that guy could just rip it out. That's not going to happen again. So,
no,
whatever. Number three, Nick Sirianni has stepped into the offensive play calling room a little bit more this week to try to add some of his flavor to this offense. And of course, Rally Bunny. Chargers offensive line stinks. Jalen Carter will not be in. He had the shoulder procedure, so he won't be there. But you're still talking about Vic Fangio defense is going to absolutely eat this offensive line. Like you mentioned with the wrist, it's going to be weird to hand the ball off. I think this is the narratives are out there. They have their chip on their shoulder, their adversity. I watched Hard Knocks. It almost seems like Nick Sirianni's kind of cool with losing all this and trying to anger the team, find their hunger, get out there and win. They don't need to manufacture any more drama to sell primetime games. This is Monsters Inc. ESPN game, so
you're right.
Wazowski and
Hampton's
Sully
back
will be out there too.
Yeah,
how about that? Look, Jalen Johnson comes back with the pay. Everybody's ready to play. It's like their Super Bowl, right? Like, oh, the Eagles are coming down. We gotta get our guys ready.
Measuring stick game.
That's what happens when you win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Get right game for the Birds. We'll be fine. Win and cover. Massively.
Okay.
Herbert may not finish the game. He may start. I doubt he finishes.
Trey Lance revenge game. He's played the Eagles before. He played for the Cowboys.
He did. Got smoked.
Final score for the Texans and the Chiefs. I think this is just like a 24-16 type game. I don't know.
By touchdown.
24-17?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. And then Birds versus Chargers. What score are we looking at? Mm.
24-10.
Oh. This is an elite
defense. Line stinks.
This is an elite defense.
It's so bad.
24-10 Eagles. I'm trusting you. I believe in you. If
Where's
the
the
Chiefs
49ers?
loses,
They don't have a game tomorrow?
they don't have a game. They're on bye. They have a
Damn
late
it.
bye.
That's too much heat on me.
That is.
Should we play off each other?
The Chiefs, no, the Chiefs, I'm like, everything makes sense about the Chiefs, but I fully expect them to do something stupid. And if they lose this game, we are auto picking against the Chiefs next week because they've hurt us too many times. We have to.
It's going to be like a Butker missed extra point and they win 23-20.
Oh my gosh, dude. You remember that happened when they played the freaking Colts? They were on the 2-yard line and they couldn't score. Andy Reid couldn't score, couldn't draw up anything to beat the Colts. Also, the Colts, I forgot to mention, Sauce Gardner's out. He hurt his calf, so.
Yeah, Colts are dead.
Yeah, they're all, yeah. This is a big, I picked the Jags to win this division in one of my parlays, so it's still alive. So, from the top.
And an offense. Make it drop.
Oh.
Wet. Never mind. Hold on.
44-30, the Lions. Who would have thought? Follow the social medias. You'll get the Thursday night exclusive pick on the social medias. So we take the Seahawks -7.5 at the Falcons. We take the Steelers +5.5 at the Ravens. We take the Browns -3.5 hosting the Titans. We take the Jags +1.5 hosting the Colts. We take the Vikings +0.5 point, just win the game, hosting the Commanders. Then we take the Dolphins on the road at the Jets -2.5. We take the Bucks hosting the Saints -8.5. We take the Bengals +5.5 at the Bills. We take the Raiders +7.5 hosting the Broncos. We take the Packers -6.5 hosting the Bears. We take the Rams -8.5 at the Cardinals. We take the Chiefs -3.5 on Sunday night hosting the Texans. And then we take the Birds on the road, the Eagles -2.5 at the Chargers. Does that sound good?
Eating dubs. Jameis Winston will be on Fox tomorrow.
Oh, that's what we need.
Or CBS. Russell's on one and Jameis is on the other.
Oh, gosh. It is locked in. That could be 14-0. We're already 1-0.
Best chance about being 1-1?
You can't go 2-0 unless you're 1-0, baby.
Yeah,
do we have anything else?
9-8 without some losses.
That's right. Also, shout out to, what do we finish in our college football pick'em today? Virginia lost because I'm an idiot. Complete idiot. But the college football pick'em, we were 6-1. Indiana covered, so that's 7-1. So we finished 7-2 in the college football pick'em championship weekend. That's good vibes. Plus, we're 1-0 already.
Not bad.
Could we say, somebody said we didn't know ball in the comments. There's a lot of comments in the YouTube stuff. I was like, you know what? I respectfully disagree. Check the pick'em records. Okay. I got nothing else. You got anything else you'd like to add? It is late.
Did the comment section go into the big house and beat Michigan? Because you did.
I did play a few snaps in that game. So whenever people are like, did you play? I'm like, yeah, I did. And it was fun. That was a great day. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Week 14 Pick'em Show. That is a 14-0 card. I don't know what the plus odds on that are, but we will get out the picks to all the socials in the morning. So just go check those, and you can find those right here. And we will be back Sunday night for a recap of the college football action and the NFL action. Also on socials, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go.
Football, you're so cool.
And on our show